Alright, so I'm taking a moment in the quiet this morning before anyone wakes up around here to come on and let y'all know that I do not have a post for you this morning. Last Thursday, one of my daughters turned into a T-Rex, and she was chasing her sister, who then bashed her mouth into the footboard of our bed. And I'm going to spare you the details because it was a little bit hard for me, and I'm usually pretty good about stuff like that. But it resulted in a trip to the ER on Thursday, and then a trip to a pediatric dentist on Friday. And knock on wood, everything seems to be going pretty well. She's still only eating liquids and pudding and yogurt and things like that. But we got a good report from the dentist. All of her teeth seem to be intact. But this weekend I took some time. So this weekend I took some time to recharge and slow things down around here and cuddle more and figure out how to feed this child. And get some of the things done that fell to the wayside last week. But thank you to everyone who checked in on her and sent us well wishes. I really appreciate all of you. So a little bit more on topic. I also really appreciate all of y'all who answered my poll last week on squats and lunges, who have inspired a lot of great ideas for future posts to come. And I wanted to take a minute to answer some questions that I consistently got that maybe don't make as good of posts. So a lot of people said, I lose my balance when I do lunges. And there is no reason that you can't hold on. If you feel like you're falling over, if you're trying to do a walking lunge, just do a static lunge. Just take a step out, lower, come back up, and find a counter or a table or something sturdy to hold on to so that you can practice lunging while holding on to get the effect of the strengthening without having to worry about the balance. You can always add the balance in later. And one more thing that I wanted to give y'all some food for thought. So a lot of people said, I can't squat or lunge because I have bad knees. And so this sort of conversation always calls to mind the move it or lose it concept. When you don't practice bending your knees and lowering and making use of that full range of motion, you lose the ability to do that. Now, sometimes there are extenuating circumstances when you might have had a trauma to your knee and you lost motion because of that injury, but you can still work to regain the motion, and a knee moving through its full range is normal. We want to have a knee that moves, so especially if you're in an unloaded position, you can practice making it bend and making it go straight, because we need that motion for normal everyday life. That's what our knees are designed to do. So a lot of our loss of knee function really boils down to our lifestyles and the fact that we sit in chairs all day long, that we don't sit on the floor as much, that we've got all these elevated surfaces, and that we're not making use of the full range of knee motion, but also of other motions in our lives, because that more evenly distributes the forces so that they're not being carried in one particular part of a joint. If you think about in developing countries, even the elderly are making use of a full squat in order to use the toilet over a hole in the ground. And so when it comes to any joint in our body, the more motion that we can make use of, that we can learn to find and control, the less load there is on that joint. And so that's kind of the idea that I would like to offer you about your knees, not to push through pain, but to find ways to make use of as much motion as you can and to gain more.